Hello friends, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my YouTube. I am coming at you from a very rainy, gloomy Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it's pretty gross out today. We've had lots of wind and rain, but I love it. I know probably most of you know all this kind of stuff, but in case you don't know, because I do have a lot of new subscribers, hello to all of you new folks. I have everything down in my description box. I will list the yarn or patterns that I am knitting, and then I also have links to all the places you can find me, my Instagram, also my Ko-Fi in case you want to buy me a cup of tea to say thank you. So yeah, today I have a projects video. I have a lot to share. I'm going to try and keep it pretty snappy because I'm feeling a hair under the weather today. I've got a little bit of a stomach thing going on. I don't know what the deal is. Had a small fever this morning. The fever's gone away, but the stomach is still kind of a little pinchy and stuff, but I needed to get up and do something because I've been sitting most of the day to nurse it, and it's starting to feel a hair better, so I just need to get up and do something. So I decided I'm gonna record, but I don't want to be sitting here for too long because it's not the most comfortable place in the world to be sitting when you're feeling kind of eh. There will be background noise, just so you know. My husband works from home, and our doors are thin. And you can hear everything across my house. My kids are all doing their thing, but again, just how it is. It's fine. Look at this pile of finished things. I finished some things. First thing I'm going to show you, I think, is something for my mother. I will hopefully have gifted this to her by the time this goes live. If not, Mom, sneak preview. If you don't want to see, skip ahead like a minute. But yeah, I finished her hat. Now it's still slightly damp. I blocked it last night and it's still damp this morning, so I think I need to set it in front of the heater for a little while. I do think it fits my head okay, like pretty spot on without like too big of a fold over on it. And my mom had tried on one of my hats and it fit her pretty good, so I'm thinking she's got a smaller head, and especially without like a ton of hair right now, it should fit her. But this is knit out of cashmere yarn from Laine Kid. It is 100% cashmere. This yarn was very, very kindly gifted to me from Charlene at Laine Kid. She was very kind. You can hear more about that in my flock video. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. This yarn is so friggin' soft. It's dark, so you're not going to be able to see a whole lot. But I used the 2x2 hat pattern, and I love the decreases on this. Not a ton to say about the hat, but there's that. Hopefully my mom likes it and we'll get a lot of wear and use out of it. The next thing I have to show you is my granny square baby blanket. So, ta-da! Pretty much all fits in screen. I'm getting an ab workout, leaning back like this and holding it up. That's fine. This actually does not feel good on my stomach. That doesn't feel very great. So this blanket is made up of various granny squares from various hand dyers / mostly mine. There's a couple in here that are from other dyers, like this orange right here is Explore Knits. Let's see, there's a brown in here. I think this one is from another dyer I don't remember the name of. I think actually most all of this is all my hand dyed. I had a large batch of 10-gram Bear mini skeins that I just had fun dyeing up all these colors, and yeah, I really like it. I was initially trying to make a giant granny square blanket out of all these different colors. Once I laid out all the different colors, I realized I just didn't like the way all the colors matched up. So I pulled out colors that I felt like went together better, and just decided to make a smaller blanket and have a smaller blanket here for when little ones come over and play or sleep or whatever. Like my nephew the other day, put him on the couch with his bottle and curled him up under this, and it's like lightweight enough because it's fingering that it's not going to like weigh them down or get them too hot. And since most all of these are merino, it's nice and soft. So it has not been blocked yet because I just haven't been bothered to block something. I haven't been bothered to get out my mats, honestly. And then I just had my mats out and then I put them away without doing this because I forgot about it, but it's fine. I mean, it could use some blocking along the seams, like, because right now they're kind of bunchy like that. So, I mean, it could use a block to spread those out, but that's okay. I don't care that much. But this has been a 4-year project, something like that. And I am very happy that I got part of it finished. I used the join as you go method and it was amazing. I've done a granny square blanket before and I hated it so much because I literally hadn't seamed all the squares together. It was a nightmare. Never again. This was addicting. It was like, okay, one more square. Okay, now I'm just gonna make through this row. Okay, well maybe now that I made it to the end of this row, I'll join on the next row of squares. Well, now that I'm at the end, I might as well go around all these ones. Like, it was very addicting. And I got this done actually really quickly, which I was not anticipating. I was thinking this would, like, joining alone would take a month, but it didn't. It took me like a couple of days, which was amazing. So I have that one that I finished. I think it's 5x8, 5x7 squares. I know it's for sure 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is kind of long and skinny. I do think it could have benefited from being maybe one more wide or one shorter, but I wanted to use all of them. So it's fine. I like it. And again, it's for babies and chilling out on my couch, so I don't really care that much. I still have some other squares. I actually curated a second blanket's worth out of that box. I still have quite a few that I just don't like the colors of at all that I'm just going to get rid of, but I curated another small blankets worth that I'll either keep or gift in the future. That one I'm keeping because I really like it. This one I might gift or keep. This is not technically a finished thing, but you know, I'm showing you since we're talking about granny squares. So yeah, it's got blues and pinks, and yeah, I think this is super baby blanket. It's like screaming baby blanket to me. It's got all the colors. So maybe and I do have a couple more colors that I plan on adding to it, like an orange to tie in some of the oranges that are in one of these. I have like this really pretty pastel-y orange, this really pretty pastel-y green. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make up a few more squares, put this together, and then set it aside for any future babies. The next thing I have to show you, I had a whole separate video on, so you can go watch that if you want more details. But I knit another Sugar Boo bralette, but modified it to be a tank top. And I knit this out of Paintbox Cotton Aran, and I really love it. So this is, I don't think I said, but this is a pattern by Caidree. And the modifications I made were I lengthened it and removed the 2x2 ribbing from the body. It like stops here. The stockinette like stops here normally, and you knit some ribbing and then it like stops or ends like somewhere in here. And it has like a just straight I-cord for the strap, but I crocheted a strap and then put I-cord all the way around the neck and the straps. So this just gave it a nice finished look and added more stability for the neck, which I really like. And then I did a 1x1 twisted rib for the hem. And now this has gone through the washer and the dryer already. I have had a lot of comments recently because I keep talking about cotton yarn. Why don't more people knit with cotton yarn? The finished garments are amazing. This has gone through the washer and the dryer, and it's still amazing. So, I mean, it does shrink up a little bit, but then it stretches back out exactly to where you had it before. So yeah, I really like it. I did gift, if you watched my all the sweaters I've ever knit video, I did gift that cotton sweater I recently finished to my sister. She loves it. She's already worn it twice. In like 1 week, she wore it twice. She sent me a video or a photo of her wearing it and was like, okay, and now I'll take one in every color, because she liked it that much, which I'm really happy, because I was not enjoying wearing it as much as she enjoys wearing it. So yeah, I'm very happy that that got gifted and worn. But anyways, basically saying that there's another cotton sweater that somebody is loving and enjoying. So yeah, really love that cotton. I have more plans for more cotton garments in my future. In fact, I may have yarn on the way. Last finished thing is something you have not seen at all. It was not, well, I guess the tank top wasn't either, but I cast this on and bound it off recently. This is a pair of Fingerless Mittens. So this is using KnitPicks Wool of the Andes and the, oh boy, heathered, forest heather, Shire heather. I love this color. If you cannot tell, I love this green. It's so good. And this pattern is not from any pattern. I'm currently trying to like work up a pattern for it. I sort of started back late winter, early spring last year. I made these ones out of drop super soft, held double. Let me tell you, this Wool of the Andes is softer than this super soft. But yeah, I really like them. I did play some major yarn chicken and actually have, which one? This one. The cuff of it has a couple less rounds. The thumb has one less round, and I had to rip back this one so I could use yarn to finish this one, and so they'd be the same length on the top, because it was more important to me they were the same length on the top than the bottom. My mistake was I didn't weigh the ball of yarn beforehand. I knew it was going to be kind of close, but of course without like an actual pattern and not knowing exactly how much yardage I was going to need, I should have weighed the ball first to then divide up that weight into 2. So that way I could have knit to that weight for the first one and then would have had the exact amount I needed for the second one, but I didn't do that. So once I got started with the second one, halfway through I was like, oh, I didn't do that. And it's looking a little slim. So yeah, I was playing a bit of yarn chicken, and I definitely lost and had to steal some from the other one. It's fine. You can't tell unless you're looking, or I've told you, you can't tell. Yeah, and if you're looking that closely at my hands, back off, thank you, back off. So yeah, I'm very happy with these. I'm calling them the Here Come the Mitts, because I have my Here Come the Socks pattern that uses the same stitch pattern, this like textured gingham look, which I really like. So I've got 2 pairs of this now. This one has a folded over like finger area. I would like to have multiple versions if I ever get around to making up a pattern, you know. The last time I wrote a pattern was about a year ago. I just have not had the time or the brain space lately. But I would like to have a version where it's solid mitten the whole way, and I'd like to have a version that has fingers, which is what I was hoping to do with this one. But then as I got into it, I was like, I'm not gonna have enough yarn for fingers, so we're just gonna do this. And that's okay. I have some fingering weight that I want to hold double to make some fingered ones, I think. Not like all the way fingers, maybe all the way fingers. I've never done that before. I've never knit gloves, but I want to at least do like the partial fingers, because that's probably what I'd wear the most. All right, the next project I have to show you is in the works, and this is my champagne basket cardigan, taking the math from the champagne cardigan by Petite Knit and creating my own texture and just modifying the heck out of it. Here it is. I just blocked it so I could add the button band to the front, the hem, and also the sleeves. I currently am working on recording a week of knitting video where I was like kind of chatting about the sleeves a little bit and the length of it. I put the cardigan on back up. I knit a sleeve, put the double knit around the cuff to test it to see if I like the way it looks. I love the way it looks. So good. But the length of the sleeve, I had like went to here with the double knit. That's not long enough for me. I like to have my sleeves like hitting my hand. So I was like, well, that's not gonna work. That's fine. I finished knitting the body. I went back, I ripped that out, knit more length on that sleeve, knit more length on the other sleeve. Perfect, blocked it. I was like, they're way too long. This yarn blocked like crazy. So the yarn I'm using is gifted yarn from We Are Knitters, the Meri wool, which is 100% wool. It grew a lot for being 100% wool. I've knit things out of 100% wool before and they don't grow a whole lot. Now I did swatch with this, but I didn't block my swatch at all at any point in time. Yeah, it's about, the amount of length I added on is about how long it is, like too long it is. So I actually had it bang on the first time, and if I had blocked it with that amount on, it would have been perfect. So yeah, it's fine. I just need to go rip back a little bit and then do the double knit band on it, which is fine. It's fine. I just have to undo knitting. Honestly, at this point, I'd rather undo a little knitting than have to go back and add even more length onto it. So I'm okay with where I'm at. But I tried it on with it having been blocked. It's very nice. The yarn does have a bit of a prickle to it, but it's okay because it's going to be a cardigan, so I'm not overly concerned about it. It'll just be prickle mainly on my arms, not anywhere else on my body. It is probably, for this being merino and this being like, you know, just, you know, your standard like wool, this is only a hair softer than this. So yeah, like a hair softer. But yeah, it blocked very nicely. It's very drapey. It's very blown out on the screen, by the way. But yeah, it's very drapey. It fits nice. It's a good length. It's a little bit longer than my other champagne cardigans, which was what I was hoping for. And yeah, so now I just need to do a ton of double knitting. Like I said, I'm doing it on the hem and the cuffs. I did notice the first cuff that I had done in the double knit was kind of pulling in a bit because this stitch, this double basket weave stitch that I'm using is stretchier because it uses garter, so it like expands. Again, probably why it blocked huge. It expands more than the double knit, so it was kind of going in, and that's using all the stitches. Like it didn't decrease at all, and I used a needle size up or the same needle size. I think I used the same needle size, which normally for a double knit band, I feel like I go down a needle size, but I feel like I might go up a needle size for the double knit band to see if that helps the pulling in, and then I think I'm just gonna have to block it very aggressively once I get it done. So yeah, there's my champagne basket cardigan. It's a big heapy ND mess, but I'm hoping by the end of this week to have this done. Maybe, we'll see. It's still a little damp though from blocking last night. I need to lay it out on something again because it's just feeling a little grippy, sticky, and I don't like that feeling. The next project I'm working on is incredibly boring. This is a little cotton bag that I'm making for soap for the shower. So, woo! I'm not following any pattern. I just cast on like 38 stitches or something like that. Did a couple of little eyelets because I'm gonna crochet like a cord that I'll put in there and then just tie a little bow. I'm going to knit to about here and then Kitchener at the bottom. And yeah, that's it. Throw it in the shower with my bar soap and we'll be good. I was kind of hoping to have for my shower this morning, but I was feeling kind of meh, so I wasn't feeling the knitting this morning. I'm just using the Peaches and Cream yarn, which is 100% cotton. Ooh, look at my handshake. Got shaky hands today. So yeah, it's, you know, meh cotton. Not like the paint box cotton that's soft and nice. This is slightly extra dry and just coarse feeling. The other one is a little bit smoother, which I like. Moving right along to the next project I have that you have not seen. This is a test knit for Caidree. I am test knitting the match cardigan, and this is going to be super fun to show because, well, it's bunched up on little needles, so sorry. Ta-da! So this is a raglan bulky cardigan. Isn't it beautiful? Can't you tell how gorgeous this is? Ta-da! The yarn I am using for this is Lion Brand's Hue and Me in the color, I'll put it somewhere because I don't remember. I will also put on screen the color that the Joann website showed me versus the color that I got. They don't match. This is a much more muted and grayish, brownish green versus the one online was a bit more foresty, like a lighter foresty color, which I was really wanting for a cardigan. And then I got this and was like, this is not what I ordered. But it is. I put a thing out on Instagram asking, has anybody gotten this yarn before, and is this the color you got? Before I go to emailing Joann, and that's the color everybody's gotten. So I thought I got the wrong color, but I didn't. I got the right color, which is very frustrating because it's not the color I wanted. But I took this color to my wardrobe, held it up against everything, and it's still a color that I will wear and use. I still like this color. It still looks okay against me and will go with my stuff. So I decided, you know, I'm just gonna knit this. And then kind of talking to multiple people on Instagram about the Hue and Me. I guess that kind of seems to be a trend with a lot of the colors. They don't actually show up to be what all the different photos online from the suppliers show. So that's kind of disappointing because I was looking at it thinking, if this works, I would like one in this color and this color. But I won't be using that yarn again. This yarn is an 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and I got it deeply discounted. I think the Joann website has it normally for $8.99 and I got it for $3.99, which was cheaper than the other more affordable suppliers. I think Lion Brand itself has it listed for $5 something at a normal price, maybe $6 something at a normal price versus the Joann's $8.99. But even with their discount, it was still going to be cheaper to go through Joann. So that's why I selected that supplier to get this yarn. And then on here I have this cute little sweater stitch marker from Simply Serving, as well as a little fall marker from Hello Gabriella. She doesn't currently make markers, but I love this one so much. It makes it almost more special that I have one from somebody who doesn't make anymore. Maybe we can convince her to make more in the future. Who knows? Gabriella is one of those people I got to meet at Flock, and she's just as lovely in person as she is online. I really enjoyed meeting her. It was really great. So here's the match cardigan in testing. So far it's been going really easy and smooth. I think I'm waiting for a pattern update because I think somebody before me had run into something that needed to be fixed on size 1, which is the size I'm knitting, by the way. I did not mention that. It has a lot of positive ease in this pattern, so I went down because I didn't want that much positive ease. So went down to the smallest size, which I'm not usually the smallest size. I usually like to go to the 2nd or 3rd size in patterns, but for this one, we went with the size 1. I am hating knitting with bulky yarn. It's been a long time since I've knit with bulky yarn, and I remember why, because it hurts my hands after a while. So I only get 4 rows done, and then I have to take a break. And then I'll sit down, knit 4 rows, and then take a break. It's fine though, because I have another project that I'm balancing it out with. I'm knitting a fingering weight tank top. This is the Tonight top. I'm so excited about this one. So excited. So the Tonight top is by Lily Kate France. I've seen this one. I've seen the mock neck tank top by Jessie Maid. Then there's the camisole number 9, and then there's another one I'm drawing a blank of. I had it saved on Ravelry. There was 4 designs that I was trying to choose between, but then Kendra from Balance Skein had a video about her Tonight top, and she had talked about her comparing between the mini mock and the Tonight top. And I was like, all those reasons why you chose that one would be all the reasons I would choose that one. So I chose the Tonight top. I mean, maybe in the future I'll also knit a mini mock, but I feel like this one is gonna be pretty good. So reasons I say that, let me show you. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, I am so freaking excited about this tank top. Okay, I'm knitting this out of my hand-dyed yarn that I dyed up years ago. It used to be a gray. I over-dyed it with this fabulous green, so it's a really great muted dark grayish green, which is so good. Again, don't like this type of green at all. I am knitting the size 1. The pattern has positive ease in it, which I don't want any positive ease. I want negative ease. So I've done a couple of modifications to it already. I did 1 or 2 less increases here because also I have a short torso. So from here to here, and my bust is really short. So like on V-necks, like a V-neck on somebody else may hit them perfectly. On me, it's going kind of low. So I didn't want it to be too deep and showing off my bra, because even this one kind of every now and then shows it a bit because I'm shorter. I'm more compact in this area. So I did a few less of that, and then I cast on a few less stitches under the arms, and I've just tried it on right before, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh, there's a helicopter. Children, helicopters, phone going off. It's fine. It's fine. Anyhow, I tried it on. I am in love. I tried it on with this on, and oh my goodness, it literally hits exactly where this one hits. This is, by the way, I've had a couple of people ask where I get these tank tops. They're from Target. I love them. They're comfy, and I wear them all the time. But it hits right about here, so it just has like it's a tiny bit like wider than this one is, which is okay because there will be a double knit band that goes around, which I'm slightly concerned that the double knit band will be a little bit too wide and make it feel a little bit squishy up in here, but I'm not too worried about it because we still have blocking to happen. So I will finish knitting the body on this, then block it, and then pick up for the double knit band. If after I block it, it's like still like a bit tight, I might just do an I-cord. If it's right where I've got enough width for the double knit, then I'll do that. But as of right now, it's fabulous. The neck is pretty good. It's like right about in here, and I don't want it to be too high. Like there's a couple of versions she has in her pattern, I think a higher one. I think I'm just gonna knit a teeny bit of ribbing around the edge just to finish it off, but I don't want a ton of ribbing because I don't want it to be very high. I like where this one sits. It's kind of like crew neck like, which is perfect. So yeah, I am really in love with this so far. I think I've currently got about 70 grams left of this ball, and then I have another hank here in case it's needed, which I think I'm just going to cake it up anyways to have ready for the neckline, the arms, and the hem if I do end up needing it, because I have about this much knitting to go on the body. And I do plan on doing a couple of decreases under the arm as well after the bust section, just to really like have all that negative ease that I want. But yeah, once I'm done with this and I figure out the yardage that I need for my size, modified to, you know, have all that negative ease that I want, I have all the plans for all the different colors because I love this tank top a lot and I wear these a lot, and the idea that I can make my own makes me really excited. So hopefully it turns out the way I think it's going to turn out. And yeah, this is giving me all sorts of joy right now. Speaking of things giving joy, if you recall, I think my last projects video, I shared those 2 at a time socks I was knitting, and I've been working on them for a long time, and I've just been kind of struggling along with them. And I got to the heel flap of one of them, and honestly, every time I went to sit to knit on them, I just wasn't feeling it. It was a combination of one, the 2 at a time knitting on the one magic loop. It was a combination of the yarn I was using was fingering weight held double times 2 balls. Like, yeah. And I wasn't feeling the color. I loved the color when I originally got it, but at the moment I wasn't feeling inspired by it. So I've decided, since the project is bringing me no joy, I'm not looking forward to the end product. I'm not enjoying the process, to just stop. I've stopped. I pulled the needles out of them. I haven't frogged them yet or done anything with the yarn. They're there. They're living in dead space at the moment. I might end up giving the yarn to somebody or destashing it, or I don't know. But I'm done with it. I'm not touching it anymore. I don't want to look at them. I don't want to think about them anymore. They're done. They're out of my life. And let me tell you, the moment that happened, I got so excited to knit socks again. I've been knitting on this pair of socks for way too long, and the idea of knitting more socks was just like, oh, but I don't want to. The moment those came off the needles, I was like, I want to knit these socks. I want to knit those socks. So once I get out my ball winder to cake up that one skein for my tank top, I'm also going to cake up this yarn that I got from Flock from the Botanical Yarn. It is this fabulous white base, like nice creamy base with all of these amazing speckles of just every color. Look at that chunk. That chunk makes me so happy. So I'm gonna cake up this to make some DK weight socks. I plan on making my hopper socks out of this. Now that calls for 2 other colors. So the 2 other colors I'm going to be using are these. Oh my word. I'm so excited. So these 2 are also yarns that I got from Flock. This is from Coats and Coats, or Coats to Coats. I think it's Coats and Coats. Something like that. Coats and Co. Coats and Co. I remember. And then this one was from, oh my word, where is this yarn from? It'll be down below. But oh my word, look at these. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I think I had shared like that I wanted to do this in my Flock video where I shared all the different yarns that I got, but I had the pink, but I had a different color for this. And the reason I decided to pull this out, even though it's a fingering weight, I decided I'll hold this double because it goes perfectly with these sections in this yarn. And the beige that I had gotten just wasn't speaking to me. So I went diving through my minis and pulled this one out instead, and I think it's gonna be fabulous. So the hopper socks is a ribbed pattern. It's like kind of like those retro socks where it's like ribbing down to like where your ankle is, and then it's like stockinette all the rest of the way, and then it's got the stripes on it. So there's 2 stripes of the same color with a different stripe in the middle, and then that middle stripe is the same color as the toe. So the plan is to make the 2 stripes in this pink, the middle stripe and the toe out of this one. I'm so excited. I'm excited to knit socks again, guys. I'm gonna try a different method for knitting socks because the one at a time isn't working because my gauge changes so much. My mood, the weather, my like where I'm at, like environmentally changes my gauge. I'm very an emotional knitter apparently. So from sock to sock, I go from super tight, super loose, you know, it's the biggest pain in the butt ever. So, but knitting the 2 at a time on one needle was not working for me. So I've seen a lot of knitters where they have 2 separate needles, same size, and they're knitting the socks simultaneously. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attempt to do that. So I'm going to take this, knit the top part of the sock, stop, split for the color, like add in the color, then get the other sock down to this, and then, you know, knit the colors and kind of go back and forth between the 2 and see if that helps me stay motivated and also have socks that are the same gauge and the same size. Please, just please, I would like to have socks the same size in the same gauge that aren't 2 at a time causing me a freaking nightmare. please, we will see. So that's a future project that I have. And now I have some new yarn to share with you. I don't get new yarn super often. Now the Hue and Me was new yarn, and I actually have the rest of the yarn coming today. They sent the yarns separately. I got some other yarn, which I'll show you in a second, from Joanne, and the Hue and Me, and there was the other yarn I purchased and one ball of the Hue and Me in the box. And then the next day they shipped out the remainder of the Hue and Me, but then it was going to show up 5 days later. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. Whatever, it should be here today. Hopefully the dye lots match. If not, well, because in my head I was thinking it's the same, like I've purchased all the yarn at once. It should be the same dye lot. But the fact that they shipped separately dawned on me yesterday that, oh crap, they might be different dye lots. We'll see. Hopefully not. But the other yarn I had ordered from Joanne, again, on sale, so it was the cheapest place for me to purchase, so I decided to go through there, as well as I think I had a 20% off discount. I got a sweater quantity of woolies in the color Natural Heather. So it's just a really nice neutral off white. It's slightly grayish colored, but a warm grayish. It's very nice. I've knit quite a few things using this color and this yarn. The plan for this yarn is to knit my sister a sweater. For Christmas, both sides of our family, we're not really doing gifts. With my husband's side of the family, we're not doing any gifts this year. And then with my family, we drew names. So we're only gifting to one person plus like the kids, if they want to, if anybody wants to gift to the kids. It's not required, of course. But if you wanted to, you can gift to the kids separately. But you're only purchasing or making thing for one person instead of everybody in the family, which I'm very excited about because I like Christmas and I usually go overboard. I usually buy way too much stuff. I stress myself out and like try to make way too many things, and I never get everything done. Like last year, my sister was supposed to get magnets for Christmas. Did she get magnets? No, she did not. I said I was going to make them, but then I never did because after Christmas goes out the brain and it's gone. So I drew my sister's name, which of course I was excited about, and I asked her, because she had felt one of my sweaters and she's like, this is so cozy. And I asked her, I was like, do you want a sweater? Like, I can knit a sweater for somebody for Christmas because it's only one person. Which there would have been multiple people in my family. If I had drawn their names, I probably was going to knit them a sweater. So she was one of those people. And so I asked her, do you want a sweater? So she said yes. And because I really want her to love this, I asked her what color she wanted. I already knew what yarn because the yarn she was touching and loving was woolies. So I asked her what color. And she's seen this color before, so she picked out this one. And the pattern she has picked out is the Home Sweater V-neck by Caidree. So she knows exactly what pattern, she knows exactly what yarn she's getting, so it's not going to be a huge surprise. But I think that's nice because she'll use it and she'll love it, which I love. And I already have that pattern, so it makes it that much easier. I like sent her a whole bunch of patterns I knew she would be into, a bunch of basic like type sweaters because she likes her classic traditional looks. So I sent her a bunch of different patterns to choose from, and I was secretly hoping it would be that one or one of the other ones. I don't remember which one I had showed her. And then when she picked that, I was like, yes, I already have that pattern. I know I love knitting it, so score. And I love knitting with woolies, so it's going to be a fabulous sweater. I don't plan on casting this on right away. I want to work on a few other projects. I know this will go fairly quick because my last one went pretty quick, so I'm not worried about it all. Plus, again, I'm only knitting for one person for Christmas, minus my kids. I'll probably knit them some things, but yeah, I'm very excited about this gift knit. The next yarn I got is in a bag, so I'm going to try not to crinkle it. I got a sweater quantity of Wool of the Andes Sport Weight in the color Chestnut. Now this color is not exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a little bit more reddish, rusty colored, and a little bit lighter. It looked a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer on the website and in the catalog, but that's okay. There's this whole thing lately with me buying yarn online and it's not quite the color. You've got the Hue and Me, you've got this, and I had there was something else I ordered online that I was like, oh, what is that? I was considering maybe returning this. It is actually showing up warmer, I think, on camera than it is in person. But I was considering returning this and getting a different color, but they don't have the exact color then that I'm looking for. So again, I took to my wardrobe. I took this yarn, went in there, held it up to all the different things I have, and I think it's gonna work. I have a t-shirt that's almost the exact same color, and I asked my husband, I was like, do you like this color on me? Do you think this works? And he's like, yeah, I like that sweater, or I like that t-shirt on you. I was like, okay, good. So he thinks the color looks good on me. I think it looks just fine on me. And along with all the other items I have in my wardrobe, I think it will be just fine. The plan I have for this is a cardigan. I actually already have the pattern picked out, purchased, ready to go. I purchased the pattern, the Calm Down cardigan by Lily Kate France. I saw this and the tank top and I bought them both. I like it. It's a raglan v-neck. It has, well, it's not quite a raglan. It's like kind of like saddle shouldery, which I'm really excited to try that construction on. I've wanted to for a while, and I really like the way that this one looks. I can already tell you one modification I'm 100% gonna make. Big shocker, Sarah wants to make a modification to a pattern, right? It's fine, it's fine. I am gonna add a button at the bottom. It's like got this weird gap at the bottom with no button. I don't like that at all. There will be a button at the bottom because this like weird VE thing is no good. I don't know why I didn't just pull this out. But anyways, the pattern is a DK weight. This is a sport, but I feel like it's a pretty like thick sport weight. And once it blocks, it's gonna bloom a decent amount. Hey, the color on screen looks better than in person. That's fine, of course. But look at like this color with like this green that I'm knitting my tank top out of. How amazing would that look? With I need to buy some black jeans. I do not need to buy black jeans. I would like to buy black jeans. But this with black jeans, yes please. But this with like the black is good. This with the white is good. So I decided this is actually okay. This is okay. I'm excited about this. So once my other cardigan is done, I think this is going to be my next project that I cast on. That was a lot. That was a lot. I also felt like it was a really long time because I had to stop a lot. Who knows? So we'll see how long this video actually ends up being. I'm sorry if it's a long one, but I had a lot to share, a lot to show you. And I do have a little bit of art to show you. So if you do not know, I am an artist. I love painting and drawing and all the different mediums. I like to try it all. I have a separate YouTube channel specifically for my art. I currently have a whole bunch of art videos that I have not posted because I need to edit, and editing takes a while, and I just haven't been feeling the editing bug lately. I edit like one video and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. So like I'll edit this video and then it'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm done. So over there I share a lot of my process videos and such. So if you'd like to, you can go check it out and subscribe over there to see more of my artwork. They're very relaxing to watch. I love going to other artists' YouTube channels and just watching them paint. It's so relaxing. It's actually really nice to have in the background while knitting. It's one of my favorite things to knit too, is people painting and drawing. So good. But let me show you a couple of things I've recently drawn and painted. I have recently purchased some alcohol markers. I think I've shared this a while ago, but I wanted to play around with alcohol markers a little bit more. So I've started playing around with techniques and just kind of familiarizing myself with them. So I have in my practice sketchbook a few different drawings that I've done recently, this apple being one of them. This right here, I feel like is pretty good. This over here did not turn out how I wanted, but that's okay. That's what practice is for. The next page is probably my favorite that I've done recently. It's just a cup of coffee, but like the lighting is fabulous. Look at that cup of coffee. That's with alcohol markers. Who knew? It's so fun. Next one I don't like as much. I don't like it. It's not good. It's no bueno. It's fine. Again, practice. The chili peppers were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this one. This one was using gouache and colored pencils. You can kind of see the color pencil marks throughout. Just use them to add like the little finishing touches. It's a different technique than what I've done before. Just kind of playing around with new things. The last thing I painted in this notebook is going to be my October freebie I'm so excited about this. Every year I do an annual freebie for my newsletter subscribers. If you are not subscribed to my newsletter, that's where I send out like my discounts for online restocks, and then also freebies, which currently I only do one a year at the moment. It's a free Halloweenish autumny style printable. It gives you a code to then go to my website and get the printable for free, which is a lot of fun. So I will be sending out that email this Friday. So if you are not subscribed and it's before Friday, go do that now so you can get this free little sheepy printable. I love him so much. He's a ghost. I also will be doing like stitch markers and a few other things in this little sheepy, which will be lots of fun. So go check that out. The next painting is a work in progress. The top I have finished with. I haven't finished the bottom. I haven't finished the foreground. I need to do all the grass. It's like distant grass working its way into up close grass. But yeah, I'm really, really in love with this. This is the vibe. This is like Pacific Northwest essential vibes. It's so good. I can't wait to finish this. This is like 3 days worth of painting. It probably wouldn't take me that long, but I've been doing a lot of like a little bit here, a little bit there when I'm feeling like it. I'm not an enormous fan of painting on canvas for some reason. I prefer paper. I have some canvas paper that I want to try. I've never done that before. Maybe I'll prefer that more, but it's an 8x10 and I have a 11x14 frame that I needed to fill, and I like to put out autumn artwork for autumn, so I needed to paint something new. So I'm very excited about this. The fog and the clouds turned out so good. Anyhow, I think that is it. I feel very rambly and stuff again from being stuck on the couch all morning. I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm feeling a little meh at the moment, so we're gonna wrap it up now. But thank you so much for watching. It's blown me away how many people have started subscribing lately. Like, what the heck? Oh my goodness. Thank you. That's awesome. But if you aren't, check it out. Hit the subscribe, and then you can catch all my future videos, which I have a whole bunch of new ideas floating around up there that I want to like turn into reality. Yeah, lots of fun things. But thank you so much for watching. Again, all the things below, you know where to find it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.